Hey y'all, it's your girl Kaylee from ZippNada, a sustainable lifestyle brand, and I wanted to do an update on my experience with the Drops laundry detergent. Let's get into it. So you guys have been asking questions on an update. I love to hear from you, so thank you so much for commenting. So I've been using Drops for maybe a little less than a year now. It's been many months. And while I do enjoy the scent and my clothes feel very clean, I do have some issues and some updates. If you haven't seen my last video, you can watch it here. The link is going to be in the description. I used it like as soon as I got it. I did a big reveal. I opened it, I did use, and then my initial thoughts right after that. So this is months and months and months afterwards and my updated thoughts and feelings. So number one, it's beautiful packaging, beautifully done. It's cardboard, which can be composted, recycled, burned, reused. So love the packaging. I still hate this box because let me show you. They all come in here and I manage to spill them every time, and it's such a pain to open. It's such a pain to open and close. So I just try and leave it open or put it in a different container. So I still absolutely find a design flaw with that. It irks me. I like things to be super easy and super convenient as they possibly can and efficient. And while the packaging is low waste, which I love, and it's beautifully designed, props to them, it is definitely not convenient. So there's that thought. My second problem is that the clear, I think, the material that they have in here, their pods, they get on my clothing. It's like they don't dissolve all the way and they dry, and it's like this weird gross thing on my clothes, which I do not dig. Okay, it's super late, so sorry for the poor quality, but this is what I'm talking about. It's like the goop. It's like the stuff that the detergent was in. I know for sure it's this clear plastic thing. It's not the soap itself. It's this thing that's supposed to dissolve in water. It sticks to my clothes, and this very well could be user error. Or it might be I only use cold water on my clothing, so it might just be you need to use hot water. So this could be me. It could just be user error, but I did want to note my experience with this. I wanted to be upfront in my updated review that I am having that problem, and I gotta rewash things. It gets dried on. It's goopy mess, and it's not my favorite. My clothes feel and smell really clean. So at the end of the day, it does its job. It's just that goopy mess, which again could be user error or poor design flaw. Not sure. So I also came across something interesting that I thought was worth noting. Disclaimer, I'm not a scientist. Whatever I mentioned, the studies that I mentioned, I will link in the description below so you can read for yourself, because I want you guys to think for yourself. So according to Drops, they use something called a water-soluble film, aka the stuff that keeps getting all over my clothes. It's a membrane made from polyvinyl alcohol, PVOH. The film dissolves in your water and enters the water stream. Microorganisms such as yeast, bacteria, and fungi that already exist are capable of breaking down this PVOH back down to water and carbon. So I did a little digging because I was like, okay, what is this though? So that's what they say on their website. Now this is independent research. PVOH is technically a plastic. Dun dun dun. But it's not the same as plastic, or the plastic you and I are thinking of, because of what happens when it comes into contact with water. Many companies, Drops included, claim PVOH as biodegradable, and if you've seen one of my other videos on biodegradable and corn bioplastics, you're gonna know my feelings on this. But so many companies label this as biodegradable. More into this, it isn't so cut and dry, this and this. It's actually pretty confusing. And again, not a scientist, but I can read. PVOH does not biodegrade, it dissolves into non-harmful molecules. Here's where it gets a little shady. So the amount of time it takes for them to biodegrade is not very clear. We weren't able to provide any distinct timelines. But what they did say was that PVO8 is oil-based and not carbon neutral. And it is derived from petrochemicals. So petrochemicals sounds a bit scary, but it's actually in a lot of plant-based eco products. It's a very common ingredient. And usually these brands contain at least some small amount of petrochemicals. Is this greenwashing? I don't think so. I think that this company legitimately is trying to do its best and making the best decisions with the technology that we currently have today. As I said, many natural cleaners have these ingredients. Do I think they are the absolute best choice? Probably not. Is it better than other laundry detergents? Probably, yes. I would highly recommend, if you're just starting out and you want a pod or something easy and convenient. You don't want to make your own. You don't want to do refill, which we do here in Havasu and Kingman. Shameless plug. I recommend this. I think it's a great product if you're just starting out. Besides the packaging, the small packaging fault and my experience with the coating on my clothes, I do like this brand. I do like this company. You can see my first review thoughts of their website and my ratings on them in the other video. I do think that they are doing the best they can. But I do think that you should, look deeper besides surface level things. They caught me with the surface level enticement, and I still think they're really good. I love that they do the carbon neutral shipping. I think they're a great brand. So I'm gonna answer Mary's question. So if you see me reading, it's because I'm reading the question. Great video. Thank you. You mentioned your dog sleeps in your bed. Does your dog seem to be okay with the detergent? I often have 2 dogs in my bed, and I know there's some talk about essential oils like the ones in detergent being dangerous for pets. My sister's dog specifically is a weirdo and tends to lick sheets, carpet, couches, etc. And he's a little guy with very sensitive stomach. What are your thoughts? Well, thank you for your question. Here are my thoughts. So, in short answer, yes, my dog does sleep in my bed. Yes, my sheets do get disgusting because he's a boy dog and boy dogs are gross. I clean my sheets every week. I use the lavender scent because I like lavender scented sheets. I'm fancy, I'm bougie like that. No problems with him. My dog also has very sensitive skin. My dog is not licking the sheets though, and I've had no problems with that. However, on that topic, I did a little digging on, correlations with dogs and essential oils, specifically lavender. And again, just like the petrochemical, it is not so cut and dry, right and wrong, as with most things in life. So my dog, again, totally no reaction, totally fine. He does have sensitive skin, but that's more due to food. The lavender is generally non-toxic to dogs. It can be soothing, especially if they're very nervous, kind of like calm them down, just like people. But it can be harmful if your dog is allergic to it or ingests it in large amounts. So it potentially, if your dog is one of those that are allergic or gets, a large amount of it, it could be harmful, but generally speaking, the scent in the sheets should not be harmful to your dog. Basically a case-by-case basis. Your dog is super sensitive to scents and any of that, or has a lot of allergies, I personally wouldn't risk it. Drops does offer an unscented version that you could always use. I like fancy scents, so that's what I use. So I hope that answers your question, Mary. Thanks for sending that in. So concluding thoughts, I would still recommend this brand. I still think that they are really awesome. I think it is a better option than conventional laundry detergents. I don't think I would rebuy. I want to try the laundry strips, and I would love to compare the two. I also sell liquid laundry detergent closed loop system here in Havasu and Kingman, so I'm also using that. But those are just my thoughts. I don't think I would rebuy at this point, but I think that they are a good brand and they work. So this video is sponsored by my business, ZippNada, a sustainable lifestyle brand here in the Kingman and Havasu area, providing you with high quality, affordable, zero waste gear and one-on-one coaching. I do one-on-one zero waste coaching. So if you are feeling stuck, if you are in a rural environment and you just don't know where to go, I'm your girl. Do one-on-one hour coaching calls, and you can find that on my website. Thank you so much for all your comments. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up or a thumbs down. Either way, it helps the algorithm. And click that subscribe button and the little bell. And as always, have a beautiful day. Bye.